Okay. So now we come to the exciting part, and I'm a lot more experienced with the eyeshadows than the brow. But recently, after a few videos and the advice of friends and things, I think with brows, I found, especially with myself, with the pale skin colour, less is definitely more. So I've got brow mascara, I have got a pencil. I don't really tend to do much of it. I used to get them tinted, but now I've got the tint myself, so I will show a video of that, like how it looks. But for now, I'm just going to use my brow trimmer. I only did this the other day, so there's not many strays, just to sort of trim them. So I've got it on the short. I think the battery's going on this, so just gently go against the brow, because obviously if you can go with it when you're done, but I tend to go against it just to get a bit more taken off. And then I change it with the long and just go with the pattern of the brow. There we go. I'm getting quite a bit of foundation on here now. That doesn't really matter. Pardon me. There we go. It's a bit more tidier. So myself personally, as I say, I'm not that great at doing black brows, I'll admit it, but I do try. So what is this there? So normally I just tend to gently, ever so gently, because I am quite, especially with the psoriasis near my eyebrow, if you can see there, it's still quite raw. I just gently sort of line it out a little bit. So there, and there, I think that, yeah, that's about it. Gently under, ever so slightly, following the natural curve, a little bit over the top there. It's not really sore, it's just really flaky there, so I tend to sort of try and avoid that as much as I can. Again, as I say, I'm not too great at this, so yeah, just gently going with the shape. I think that's quite good, actually. And I have quite a few brushes here, so bear with me. So yeah, the flat angled brush. It's got a bit of powder on from last time. But the flat angled brush for the eyebrow. So just sort of blend it all in so it doesn't look too blocky. I hate working on the left side because I'm right-handed and I can't really get much with my left hand. And Katie, if you're watching, which I hope you are, I think I'm past the point of needing you to smudge them for me now. So I'm going to put a little bit of the highlighter, the NYX one, just under the brow, in the corner, there. So again, it fades off. It trails off sort of into the natural brow line there. And it's covering a little bit of the pencil that I've done, so that's good. And then, oh, gosh, that's a bit... Ugh. Sorry, bear with me a second. I say the left hand, I'm not that great. There we go. And also because I've had my eyebrow pierced, there's a bit of a patch there where there's not much hair. So I just tend to work with that as much as I can. Why don't the people say it's sisters, not twins? So, not too bad. And I'm definitely at that point because of the eyebrow piercing that I had a while ago. It's better. And then I don't really like using this that much. This is again Rimmel. I don't know what it is when I had the Rimmel kick. I've used them quite a bit and I'm not impressed. So, and it's quite cloggy at the moment, claggy should I say. It sticks to the brush quite a bit. So rather than use that, I use my angled brush. Just get a little bit off the side of the tube and fill it in a bit. Because I've tried with the actual wand and it's just ridiculous. I end up looking like they're just really bushy, and as much as I know it's a bit of a trend, I don't really like when they're that bushy. So I did have some wax, eyebrow wax. I don't mean like an actual wax to wax your brow with. I mean to sort of do the brows with, and that helped quite a bit. But as I say, it was too dark because obviously, like I say, my pale skin. So, and this is where I want to use more of the mascara on that gap, because I do find it tends to stand out a bit. There we go, angle that down a bit more. Now then, I have my own brush for this because, as I say, I hate using that actual one that came with it. So I use this one just to sort of get rid of any of the liquid, because it does tend to get claggy, as I said. And just to brush it a little bit into place. Now, in fairness, this is probably the best I've done them. I think my main goal would be really to get some microblading done, because as I say, it's, especially with the gap there, I'm possibly over plucking them when I was quite young and over waxing them. So, not great, not perfect, but they're even, and at least I'm covering the powder now, so it's not as bad. They're not as pale now. So, just move all these brushes out the way. Keep the powder brush there and the foundation. So yeah, I'll move on to my eyes now. I absolutely love experimenting with my eyes. Doing quite a bit of different colours. I don't have much of a choice of colours, because as we all know, they tend to sort of have a best before date on a lot of the eyeshadows, which I found is definitely worth sticking to, because nobody wants to get an eye infection, and I've had that before where I think it was mainly due to an eyeshadow I've not used for quite a while. So ladies, always pay attention to the best before dates on them. And now this one, for some reason, doesn't have a best before date. But the W7 palette that I'll be using, I love this one. I've got another one upstairs somewhere. It's like more sparkly colours, but this is more of a nude for the day. And this one says 18 months. So I've got, say, another 6 months on that. So I'm free to use that now. But I will need to be getting some soon. So any of the brands that are looking at this video, doubtful, but any brands that are looking, feel free to get in contact. I'm happy to receive any samples, just to update my collection to get my videos going a little bit more. So I have so many makeup eyeshadow brushes here, so just bear with me. I don't really use a lot of these, but it's always handy to have them, especially when I'm doing a tutorial like this. So, I'm going to use the bigger brush. Sort of just do a nude, like a natural colour. I do love the colours on this palette. So I'm going to start off with that one, which sort of goes over any of the foundation that may have got onto my eyelids at the time. I'd say please bear with me with this because I am short-sighted, so just go over the whole lid and up to the brow here with that. Try not to get them garage doors. See some garage doors that are just the garage you could fit a blooming Cadillac into, so, you know, try not to go too heavy with it up to the eyelid, up to the eyebrow, should I say. And it will be all blended in anyway, so no worries. This is more of a primer, I think, than anything, just to set the rest of the colour on top of. So, as you can tell, a lot of the colours on here I've used more than others. So I think, with it being a tutorial, I want things to stand out a bit more. I'll start with more of a pinky colour, just to go over that. So the pinky colour there. Let's see, just for my actual lid. One of the medium-sized brushes. I find a lot of peachy colours suit my skin more because obviously the pale skin tone. But a lot of the time with me as well, it's more to dye it different shades, so it can be dark or light. So I just tend to go with what suits the hair colour as well, really. Which is why I've got so many different brow products, because I change my hair colour more than the weather sometimes. So it's always handy just to have different brow products to suit your hair colour. Especially if you're like me, you tend to dye it different colours. But for now, it's more grown out a little bit. I've had it cut. I went for a bit of a grey colour on the tips. But a lot of it now is just grown out. So I'm going to get my hairdresser to do like a purpley colour at some point. And I can't wait to actually show all of you that. Gosh. Now I asked my daughter, she's 4. She's absolutely gorgeous. I asked her what colour should I do my hair, and she told me to get unicorn hair. So I wonder where she gets that from. But yeah, I told her that she told me to get unicorn hair colours. So that's what I intend to do at some point. I mean, I've seen quite a nice lilac-y purple colour that I would absolutely love to put on my hair. And sort of like purples and blues, just like a unicorn effect. So hoping once I can get round to getting my hair done, but for now I'm happy. I think for the crease itself, sort of, because my eyelids are quite hooded, I tend to make them sort of, the hood stand out a bit more. So I'd use sort of that darkish brown. Can you see that darkish brown on there? And I'm using a bit more of an angle brush for this one, just to get in that crease. And the go-to with me a lot of the time now is a smoky eye effect. So it's handy to sort of use this to sort of go over it and get in that crease there. Get right in the crease. Now at one point I used to use my eyeliner for this, and yeah, it looked alright, but it was a bit too much and it was really hard to blend, so I'm glad I found this palette really. Right, I'm going to go right into the corner there. So that's going to be the base of the wing as well. Now, it's a bit of I want a coppery colour that I'm going to go over. So sort of, that one there, it's coppery colour. There. And that's going to go over the dusky pink just a little bit. I'm going to put that in the corners, inside corners. And just lightly, because I don't want to use too much of this one, just lightly go towards the edge a little bit. And as I say, I love doing eyeshadows. But I thought, you know, I might as well do a whole, for my start off anyway, a whole face video to get everything all sorted. Right, and now, I think a little bit more in the corners. So again, an angled brush. For far corners, I'm going to use a darker colour now, just for, so it would be that one, which is next to it. And do the corners gently, because obviously we don't want too much. Blow off the excess, just blend it there. Oh. Just try and get it in the same line as your crease. And just gently put a little bit underneath if you want. I don't tend to put much underneath because I use my eyeliner for that, but just in the corners, just to bring it a bit more smoky there. And now, sorry, I did have to pause there. Got a parcel through, a new handbag. I'm so excited about it. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm gonna blend it in a bit more. Just clean the brush off. Blend that in a bit more. So the first brush that I used, the wide brush, so blend it all in now. That's why I said to get it as high up onto the, you know, the brow as you can. Right, so I'm not sure how that looks when I close my eyes because I can't see my eyes closed. But I think that's a good job. Don't really tend to do wings that much, but for the purpose of the video, I'll give it a go. I don't really like going over the top of my eye. Sorry, the lash line on the top of my eye. So I normally just do the corners. And then I'll put a bit of eyeshadow on, just gently, just to sort of accentuate it a bit more. So, again with the makeup face, I've just sharpened this as well, so I've got to be extremely careful. I don't like stab myself in the eye. So, I'd go, see where I am now. So, pull the eyelid down, the bottom lid down, and just gently wing it. Literally winging it with the wings right now. And then I tend to sort of go from the crease, gently outwards. And there we go. And again, it makes it look the smoky eye effect, sort of a bit more prominent. Can you see it? There we go. You know what, just for gigs, I may just put a bit of the sparkle on. It's Sarah Sparkles after all. So this, Avon, comes with a little blender there, so I'll just get a bit of that off because I don't need much. Possibly in the corners, there we go. This is quite wet as well, so I can't really blink for a while. But I do love the colour. It's a really nice glittery grey colour, sparkly grey colour. Just to set it off a bit more. And maybe a bit underneath, why not? That's going to need a bit of a blend now, isn't it? So yeah, a lot of people use cotton buds, but I've got a lot of eyeshadow applicators that I've got from in a pack, so I'll just use them to tidy up anything. Yeah, just bear with me a second while I let that dry. And now, I don't really tend to use the eyelash curlers. I don't really think they work very well. And this is, I think it was from the Pound Shop actually, which, as I say, I do like getting like bargains on a budget. This is Olivia Hale volumizing mascara, and I've found it's a lot better than some of the brands I've had in the past. So, no issues with it at all. Being from Pound Shop. I do like the angle of the brush as well. I never tend to put that much on the inner bit of my eyelashes. Tend to go for that cat eye look that matches it. And again, I don't put too much on the lower lash either. I tend to focus more on this bit to puff it out more. Like, as I say, the lower lash, hardly any on there at all. And there's the mascara face that we all know and love. I don't know why we do that. And I know a lot of women will agree that they do that as well, so yeah. And then not too much on the lower lash. Especially considering we've got quite heavy eyeliner there. So, make sure when you do your mascara, you try not to blink too heavily. I've done that mistake in the past quite a bit, and it doesn't turn out good. Yeah. Lipstick. This again is an Avon lip crayon. I love the colour of this. I don't really tend to go for red much, but because it's quite a rose colour, I just put a little bit on. And it's really soft. Really smooth, goes on really easily. Always try and focus more on there. And yeah, it's an Avon lip crayon. And I found a lot of the lip crayons I have, they last quite a while. And they moisture my lips at the same time, so rather than just plain old Vaseline or anything else, I always tend to use a lip crayon. Now, one thing I did do the other day is I used a tiny little bit, and this might sound crazy, I used a tiny little bit of the Dusky Rose colour on my Cupid's bow, just to, because for some reason, although it's there whenever I do lipstick, I always go over it. So, just on my Cupid's bow there, a little bit. And then go over it with the lippy again, just so it's not too much. If I could find my lippy, that is. There we go. Now my final thing that I'm going to do, because obviously got that mole there, just like getting rid of any excess around there, and my piercings. Now ladies with piercings, or gentlemen with piercings, I always want to clean them afterwards with an eyeshadow applicator or a cotton bud, just because they do get quite heavy with makeup. And then